Okay, the error is sorted out. How about that? Once in a while, the old dog has a trick or two.
There's supposed to be a background there or something.
Oh yeah, when you check the YouTube channel, you're going to see it's nice trees and stuff like that. As far
Oh,
Okay,
as
well
as far
I see nothing.
yeah, the roll d20 screen is entirely different because that might be a copywritten image.
oh,
Oh,
So
okay.
I can share it with you, but if I share it on YouTube, there might be a copyright strike, and I'm just not getting into that. So,
Okay.
sounds fine.
as you recall, last time you had just finished defeating the zombies, or walkers, depending on your perspective.
Oh, yes. They're
Yes,
still inside the keep.
you're still inside the keep. Idrin finally turns around to you and says, "What did you do to piss off Roddy?"
Hmm.
Who?
Roddy, you actually know the guy? What?
Who do you mean? I don't know who that is.
Roddy, the body snatcher.
The guy
He's
who taunted us and left?
he seemed to know you guys.
Well, we've seen him before, but he didn't exactly introduce
Hmm.
himself to us.
So he
I
didn't.
take it he's. Yep, I take it he's the guy who just left then. You know him?
You might
I
say
don't think
that.
he did.
You might consider us enemies. He's a necromancer. He causes nothing but trouble, and he makes my goddess very angry. But to be frank, he's a slippery sort. We've killed him before, and each time he comes back stronger.
You've killed him before. Jeez.
Right now, I don't even think the arch druid would be able to take him down without a couple extra healing potions or something.
Oh dear, you must have killed him a whole lot of times then. I don't know. While we were looking for Tenacity's sister, that's the first time we ran into that one. He dropped a whole bunch of rats on us.
Oh, rats are okay.
Yeah.
Um, Behind Idrin, there's an old statue, and its eyes start glowing.
Uh,
Oh gosh, what is that? What is
Mike,
going
you
on?
might want to check that statue behind you. Its eyes are its eyes are lighting up. I don't know if that means anything good or bad.
He looks over his shoulder. Those are rubies.
Oh.
Ooh, those are rubies. Oh boy. I wonder. Hmm,
I feel embarrassed, but okay.
they're rubies.
Here,
I wonder.
he says, here, let me. He reaches up and picks them up, and as he does that, on the other side of the room, a small door opens.
Oh,
See?
Well,
Rubies, but they open a trap door. Roddy is known to hide these sorts of things around the place. And then all of a sudden he sees there's a pot with a lid on it, and there's about 100 gold. But he sees the pot, draws out his scimitar, and smashes it.
oh,
This pot is how Roddy is able to keep coming back. It's like he makes a clone of himself.
so it's like a
illusions.
horror crux?
Uh, I do not know the meaning of that word.
But these
Something I
clones,
read about in a book.
It sounds like a fascinating book.
I think there were like what,
Well, it
7
was just a
volumes of that
story,
book?
so I suppose it's not real, but it was a very nice book.
I think I know what story you're talking about. It had like 7 volumes, didn't it?
I didn't know tieflings could read.
I can a little, but also I had help.
Well, in any case, I am wondering if it is indeed like that. The Horcrux in this case being a vessel for part of one's soul. Is this kind of what you're alluding to with this pot?
Do you hear anything?
I, I,
Oh, hello?
I can hear Michael.
Can you hear me?
Moth,
Uh-oh.
can you not hear Michael?
Uh,
I
Oh no,
can,
did we lose?
I
Hello?
can, but you're not hearing the tone going up.
No.
Nope.
Hmm. Well, there's a tone going up. It keeps getting higher and higher in pitch.
Oh boy. That. I have a feeling we should probably get going to the next room. Think we should.
There,
Think we can get that gold along the way.
Is the tone coming from this room or is it coming from the other room?
seems to be coming right from where you're standing.
Right. Okay, we'll go to the other room then.
Yeah, we should get going. See if we can grab the gold along the way.
You grab the gold, and then all of a sudden there's a flash. You're blind for a couple seconds, and you find yourself in an underground cavern.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, did that gold teleport us somewhere?
It wasn't the
Don't really
gold.
reckon. Oh,
Where are we here? You're not being cooperative. Come on. And you should be able to see that.
I don't
see
see
what
anything
now?
on roll 20.
not on roll 20 at least.
No?
No.
Well,
Everything's just completely black.
well, that didn't work, but good thing. We can upload stuff here. Somehow.
Ah,
Heck, I'm doing this the lazy way. Just give me a second.
there. Can you hear me better now?
Well, I was hearing you better before, and now I can't hear you.
Wait. So you can't hear me again? Well, you
Okay,
must
now
be
I can hear you fine, but I think
Oh.
I heard you better earlier.
Yeah.
So there, on the
Ooh, that's a nice image.
It's the freaking castle from freaking what's that Lovecraftian story? Whatever it's called, I forget it. Like Stranger or something.
and
Uh,
on the tower,
okay.
you can see this image.
Hmm. Do you know what that is, wizard?
Hmm. I'd like to.
I haven't gotten
roll.
you into skills yet, but
Okay.
you would probably have an arcana of some degree. So I'm going to let you roll a d20, make sure it's
Yeah.
under your intelligence, and yeah.
I'd like to roll That's rolling for perception here, right?
Yes.
So I'll roll 1d20. 17. Oh dear. That is up just 1 point above my intelligence. Jeez. So
You've seen it
So-
before,
Son, you
but
are
you
in Jesus.
you can't quite place exactly where it's from. But you know that it's nothing that you want to be seeing.
yeah, we should probably really be careful around here. That symbol doesn't give off good vibes. But we have nowhere else to go, do we?
Idrin says, I imagine we could use the same rubies to teleport back. That's probably how Roddy the Body Snatcher got back and forth, but I don't know how many charges they have.
Is there a way? Is there a way to check? Is there a way to check on the amount of charges on those things? I wonder. I haven't worked with these gems since my time at the academy.
One of my friends used to have Identify Magic as a spell, but unfortunately they've long since moved on.
I wonder. These items.
You see a man in red robes approaching you from the distance.
Oh. We have company. Look over at the approaching figure.
He looks a bit scary, covered in robes, but at the same token, you figure you can probably take him in a fight if you really needed to.
Wonder if we could
Hello?
try it.
Especially,
Oh, there you
especially
are.
3-on-1.
Ah. Hello. Can
Hello?
you there, Liz? I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
I'm here. I was saying hello to the guy in the robes.
Oh, okay. So
I
it's
could
nice.
I couldn't help
So
but
Hello,
notice
sir.
I couldn't help but notice you arriving. The eyes of Samyaza rest upon us now. We are but pawns in his mighty game. Law, order, justice, the rule of miscreants and the piety of fools. Can you hear it coming? Can you hear the whisper upon the wind? This carnage on the mainland is but a harbinger of what is to come. The pestilence is upon us. Join me! Join me, everyone! These young deities will die, and we will bask in the glory of eternal bliss together with Samyaza. Heed my words. Nothing will save you from the pestilence except two twinned rubies. They are consecrated to my lord, for only he can remove the sickness.
well, I. Oh boy, that s- sounds like I'd
Is this
rather.
castle the place of your well, is this a kind of monastery here? This castle?
The mighty spire you see behind me is but a small number of adepts dedicated to my lord. Among us are gathered a number of different talents. Perhaps you'd like to browse the underground market behind me.
I'll
Well, I
entertain
suppose
that.
we could.
Yep. I I don't see too much of a harm in exploring further. Maybe we could figure out more about this place as we do so.
Excellent. It is still early, but remember, at noontime, the procession begins.
Procession. I look over to you and to Tenacity and Aaron. What what type of procession?
That is when the adepts go through the streets to inspect what the vendors have to offer.
Oh, is this are these guys that we'll have to be careful of? Hopefully they're not too. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Oh,
Not consciously, but perhaps.
sure. I
Come into my lord's domain. There's always room for one more.
oh I guess we'll
Well,
be checking this out. Let's see what
yeah,
the
I
market
suppose.
has to
Well,
offer.
let's see what's going on, I suppose.
Wonderful. He walks back towards the citadel.
Might
I,
we should probably hang on to those rubies.
I,
Tenacity,
Idrin,
just in case we need them.
Idrin looks at him and says, I place no value on material wealth. If somebody else wants these rubies, you're welcome to them.
Hmm.
They-
Did did you want to hold on to them, Tenacity, or should I hang on to them?
Well, you probably will do better with them than I will.
All right,
You're,
Aaron,
you're the magic user, so
makes
if they
sense
if
to
they have
me.
some weird Lord of the Rings thing or whatever, if they're like the ring or whatever and have temptation thing on them, you
It's a
would
session.
probably do better to resist that temptation than I would.
The one ruby to end them all. All right, Aaron, I'll take those rubies off your hands.
As you start heading behind the cultist, um, you see a marketplace, and there's tarps and awnings. Just picture your average, farmer's market kind of deal, except it's underground and it's lit by
Hmm.
torches. And above the spire in the middle is a big torch. Well, not a torch. It's like a sphere of light that keeps everything not not quite daylight, more of a twilight, but enough for people to do business.
So there's some light above us.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh,
and it's about
So
another.
there's some light above us shining down.
yes, and it's about a 10-story spire, and like I said, it has those emblems on it.
Quick OOC moment for better visualization. Would you equate this to the Orzhov?
Mm, no, I'm trying to think of like a non-Legends era card that would sum this up. not a bad thing, but how can I tell you? Like, how can I tell you without telling you? Um,
Oh, okay. Well, if 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 the n- if it's crucial to the narrative, we can just go. We can just continue.
yeah,
Okay, so is it just the spire, or I mean I'm seeing the picture of the whole castle there. Is it actually an underground castle or?
it. The limitations of my searchability. That was what I could come up with because I wanted to show that spire, and around that is just kind of like a mega market deal.
Okay.
I had another one that was spectacular, but it was like all made of gems.
Okay, so it's more like Rapunzel's tower
Yes,
in the
that's a
okay.
that's a
Okay.
good way to
Rapunzel's
describe.
tower, but
Yep.
underground.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
I can see that.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let up your hair.
Yep.
Well, I was thinking of like the Rapunzel tower from the Tangled, all that. Probably a lot more menacing, not covered in flowers or whatever.
Probably the same setting. All right. So we're
So
so we're
as soon as you
following this
get there, sorry, as you get there, you see some drow, which are dark elves, kobolds, tieflings, but they're wearing the same emblem, lizard folk, and a couple humans in there. You see you see a stall for a fishmonger, a blacksmith, a shoesmith, a butcher, and you see a dwarf running some sort of a gambling ring in amongst the stalls. He's doing something with card tricks and yes, a literal fishmonger, a guy who
Okay. Well, I was just thinking of like the Shakespearean way of saying that, like from
Oh,
Hamlet.
a fishmonger.
Hmm.
Okay.
is a purveyor of fish.
Well, I was thinking of like yeah, I remember that one scene in Hamlet where he's talking to Ophelia, and he equates a fishmonger to like a pimp or something.
Oh.
I think that's what he said.
Well, I mean, you could find that through the stalls if you really wanted to, but yeah, that's a section I didn't really write.
All right.
I'm just that was what came to my mind when I hear fishmonger, but it's just a person who sells fish,
Yeah.
literally, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
damn
I'm
you,
sorry.
damn you and your
Blame
education.
No, that was Shakespeare. So
Yeah.
blame Shakespeare.
No, but you wouldn't know about it if you weren't educated. So damn you and your education.
Yeah, true.
Cannot refute that. So
Because even I forgot that. I just put a fishmonger in there. I said, are they going to know what I'm saying when I say fishmonger? Because it's more of a UK thing to say than a North American thing to say.
Well, first, when I hear fishmonger, I think freaking Hamlet. That's like the one time I've heard fishmonger.
well, that's more than I know about them, but I know enough about them here.
He sells fish.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, if anything here anything of here look interesting at least.
Well, there's a fishmonger, a blacksmith, a shoesmith, a butcher, and a gambling ring.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also
A butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker.
there's
Oh man.
there's also a roadman sitting down and painting the marketplace, just like an oil painting.
Oh,
Cool.
that one's got my interest. Where should we start first? Should we probably see what?
Well, do we still have that gold?
Yeah,
Yeah, we have the 100 gold.
everything that was physically on your presence went with you. I'm not that.
Right. Well, maybe.
I might be a bad DM, but I'm not that bad of a DM.
Well, I thought the gold was like a port key or something. That was why we went.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
Ever.
The rubies were the key. It's just they were spiraling up while you guys were talking and looking for the gold.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to actually get some food for Pinnacle. Probably go over to that fishmonger and get some fish.
I was thinking of checking that place too. See what they have to offer for nourishment. So let's visit the fishmonger.
For the time I spent writing this, you'd think I would have differentiated it better. Okay. So it's Jeremy the fishmonger. and
Okay.
he offers stonefish. Stonefish, caught fresh from a nearby cave. Will do everything you want. Fill your belly, poison your enemy, make your choice. I can do both.
Oh. So this fish is versatile.
People are coming up and he's giving them either a slab of fish freshly cooked or giving them a little pouch, depending on what they ask for.
Hmm. What do you think,
Well,
Tenacity? Maybe we could use both types of fish here. One for food, one for fighting.
I mean, I would rather. Well, you're the magic person, but I would rather use weapons for fighting than poison.
This is
Tenacity would like to kill little enemies with axe.
Yeah, exactly.
well, what's it's true. What's to say you can't poison the tip of your axe and give them an extra bit of pain?
I suppose there's that option.
But
But now
even
Jeremy
if
has noticed you and says, "Hello there, you're not one of my usual customers. Are you interested in my stonefish?"
I would say so, yes. We're not from around here, but we're
Hmm.
kind of we're new to the market here, so we're seeing what everyone has to offer.
The
And your
stonefish themselves are a gold apiece. The special bags on the side are 5 gold, but I'm offering a limited time offer. You see, the stonefish are running today, and quite frankly, so are my customers. I need to catch some more. Would you be willing to go and catch some? And I'd be willing to pay you 1 gold for each one that you caught.
Hmm.
I don't see
I
any harm
suppose
in
we could
taking
do
this. Yeah,
We could just catch some. Maybe give one to Pinnacle while we're there, or Pinnacle can catch. Well, actually, maybe Pinnacle could help us with catching them.
I can
He offer
I can go with
he
that.
he offers you a net and says, "You can rent this for me for the price of 1 shiny bit of gold."
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
we'll take you up on that. Is is that the only net you have, or is it only one net, or is it going to be three?
I
Probably
can
need 3.
I can give you
One.
I can give you 3. He gives you 3
No.
nets.
Yep,
All right.
one per person is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So
He
I'll just give him 3 gold, one per net. Correct.
Yep.
I can do math. See.
He points behind him and says, "The cave is that way."
Okay.
All right. Well, I
Is there?
guess we're going over there.
All right.
Idrin refuses his net and says, "I'm going to try to make contact with Stormbind because I can feel him somewhere close. I just don't know where they are."
All right.
Oh, so it's just going to be us two for now then.
Yes.
Hopefully everything's okay with Stormbind.
Oh,
See you in the
he's not in danger. We're just trying to get back
Yep.
together.
Okay.
I can
That.
I can get him to do some things, but if he's not here, we kind of miss each other. It's been a long time that we've been together.
That's understandable. Certainly.
I can understand that. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you once we've gotten the fish.
Okay. So I guess you can head into the cavern.
Yep.
Okay. And the shadow dragon wakes up. No, I'm kidding.
Throw an ender. Throw an
No,
ender pearl at him.
dragon!
I'll do it the
Dragon
world eater.
fight!
No, the joke there is one of the last battles Idrin had was against a shadow dragon, which would be perfectly at home in this cave.
Oh shoot! This is a big place
I
then.
still feel like there's gonna be something Lovecraftian in that cave, though, because everything here is just cults and robes. It's all Lovecraftian stuff.
So,
Freaking
get a vibe
underground
from that.
castle. That's Lovecraftian too.
I'm actually giving you somewhere to come back later. This is just a setup session because I realized if you
Okay.
completed the quests that I had for you, you were a little under-leveled to go to the castle, and I really didn't want you on the mainland yet.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So I was casting my line on the D&D forums, and one guy came up with, "Oh, have a passage in behind the keep." And then I built this entire underground market. I'm like, "Ooh, I can make this all relate to the cult of Samyaza and point this in there, put this in there." And he said,
Hey, there
"This
you
is
go.
this is probably why I'm not doing as much editing as I should." But what the hell? I'm having
Sometimes
fun.
sometimes things just mesh together anyway, so I get it.
Oh, yeah, and like I said, I can see you
So
guys coming back
is
later.
Is the cult a part of So is it a part of the general D&D lore? Or did you
Not
make that up
real.
yourself?
It's not really. Samyaza is in there, but he's a sleeping god. He never wakes up.
That's Cthulhu.
They actually,
Oh,
it's
well.
actually related to like a real demon in Christian mythology as well. But yeah, the whole cult and everything, I basically came up with it on my own because
Okay.
remember, Liz, you sent me the joke about moving castles.
Yeah.
That cult member has been moved so many times.
Oh man.
It's like, yeah, don't have time for that. Don't have time for that. Oop, this is happening.
All right.
Here's the cult member. Deal with it.
Fair thing.
See,
So what?
I mean, I've enjoyed this. You know, I like the Lovecraftian imagery thing going on, but
okay,
Oh yeah, for sure.
good to know. Hey, remember this campaign is all taking place in my diseased imagination, and if I have to, there's actually the complete works of Lovecraft on YouTube, and they read the stories back to back. So if I have to go to sleep a couple of nights listening to that, I'm not upset.
Oh, I didn't know they had it.
well, I
didn't
have
know
the
they had an
big
audiobook.
$30 book that's like all hardbound and the nice
think-
cover and everything.
I think I do too.
Oh
And
yeah,
I love my Lovecraft.
Oh, yeah.
he's like my second favorite author after Bukowski.
oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But I literally wake up in the middle of the night with ideas. I scribble a few down and then go back to sleep. So, like I said, I'm not going to complain. Well, if you come across a guy that won't leave the cold, you know what's happening.
Do you know that story, Michael?
I do not.
Oh,
Which one
Cold
was
Air.
it?
it's because
Cold Air.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Lesser known stories.
It's because H.P. Lovecraft was afraid of anybody who didn't come from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Is that so?
He was scared of so many things. The ocean,
Do you ever-
cold air,
do you ever
and
watch-
then
Oh.
racism?
I'm not gonna spoil this, but do you ever watch Overly Sarcastic Productions?
Yeah.
They did such a brilliant breakdown of Lovecraft. Mike, you have to watch it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do,
Well, I
do
gotta-
that. Do that on movie night because that'll be 30 minutes that you just go, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I've already seen it, but if Michael wants to see it,
Yeah, the way that like there's red and blue. The way red breaks things down, and the way that she usually has a song afterwards is just so funny.
Oh.
yeah. I mean, have you ever seen Overly Sarcastic Productions, Michael?
Oh, welcome to the cool side of YouTube.
Yeah, Overly Sarcastic Productions is awesome. They do all this stuff about mythology.
Yeah.
They're doing this whole like series on the Journey to the West.
Yep.
They are amazing.
Okay.
I'm not even watching that till they finish it because I know I'm gonna binge it.
I know. Why do they need to it? I don't know why they take so long between sections.
Well-
I'm having so much fun.
There's a lot of animation work that goes on.
Yeah.
And you
Anyways,
can't
Oh, yeah.
rush
there's-
art.
There's a cold air for you.
Yep.
All right. Cool air.
And
All right.
let me go find the Overly Sarcastic Productions H.P. Lovecraft thing.
All righty. Sounds good.
Pausing the game for this is most definitely a good thing.
Do-do-do-do. So,
Well,
yeah.
here,
I was just gonna describe the cave, which there's not much to it, but
Yep.
that can
Just
wait.
about to ask.
Education comes first.
Sure.
Yes, this is
And,
educational programming,
yeah.
or at least
Okay,
we
there's
t- or at least we tell you where you can go to get educated.
Oh, sure thing. There are the links. I'll check them out when I can here.
Quick,
Perhaps after the session.
quick, let's flood the chat with all sorts of bullshit. Here's a picture of my cat, and here's a picture of my other cat, and here's a picture of my kid.
Ah, cat pictures.
But yeah, Cold Air is one of Lovecraft's lesser known works. It's actually very similar to Music of Eric Zahn, but it's not
yeah,
as good
that's-
as Music of Eric Zahn. Music
Oh,
of Eric
man,
Zahn
that
is my
story.
favorite.
That story was enticing. I remember that one.
Yes, it's my favorite. I love it.
I remember feeling just as mystified as the protagonist was hearing the music from inside the place, even though it's
Mhm.
all written in words. And that was pretty darn good. So what does this place look like?
Oh, I wish I thought to find a picture of it, but I didn't. Of course, it's cold, misty, and foreboding, which is why it's so difficult to get people to go fishing.
Cavern of Souls?
Yeah, Cavern of Souls.
Okay.
Is it like the
I'll throw up a
cavern
picture of it.
from Harry Potter where they have to go to find the freaking Horcrux or whatever?
Which particular Horcrux?
The one that Dumbledore and Harry go after in the cave.
Oh, the one with the potion at the top there.
Yeah, and Dumbledore has to drink that potion, and then the freaking
And then the
dead
Inferi
people come
come
out,
in.
zombies or whatever.
Yeah. The Inferi.
Okay.
Both are valid images. Well, that's up to the DM to say, I think.
No, Cavern of Souls works for me.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is,
I don't know what
think
the
this-
Cavern of Souls is.
I got it here.
It's a card, but the same token,
Okay.
yeah. So
So,
just imagine that in the middle it does have that uprising of energy, and all around it is water. That way,
Yep.
it solves my problem. I was originally going to light the sides of the cave with moss, and it was bioluminescent moss.
All like Fern Root.
Yeah, but you pulling up that image, I'm like, yeah, sure, that thing's lighting it up, no problem. It's actually
Gotcha.
the kind of fishing experience where you're seeing something move in the water, you're not sure, because
Oh yeah. That's
you
true.
know what? Realistically, I think tenacity would be the better fisher person in this situation.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the gameplay that I have worked out, but it's a little bit of a struggle. So the two of you are basically going to be trying to see a fish, and the fish will be moving in the water, right?
Okay.
Now,
Yep.
anybody who's been fishing before knows that fish are rarely jumping on each other. You got to use a little bit of skill. You got to be still, quiet, and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is every 15 minutes, and we're going to say it's like 7 a.m. right now.
Okay.
Because, they're underground. They have different times.
Right.
And every 15 minutes, until you give up, you're going to get a chance to see a fish.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Okay.
Okay.
Is this gonna be like a perception roll? time?
I'll explain that in a second, because
Okay.
my original way, I didn't like the way I set it up. So when I was literally talking out loud and making this up, because
Is it
Okay.
15 minutes in game or 15 minutes in real time?
I'm not that evil. It's in game.
Okay.
We were
Yeah. A lot of times skip's gonna happen, basically.
well, I mean,
Well, depending on what happens, yes.
so how did I work this out again? Yep. I'm changing that, and
That's the fun thing about D&D. You can change it while you're playing.
yeah. Well, no, again, I'm trying to recreate that feeling of fishing, and without the boring and sitting there and doing nothing for hours at a time.
Yeah.
So, Here's what we're going to do. For every 15 minutes, you're going to roll a d6.
Okay.
1 to 3, you're not lucky. 4 to 6, you're lucky. If you're lucky,
Alright.
then we roll a 1d100.
Whoa.
You
Okay.
say you catch it. Sorry. I roll 1d100, you roll 1d100. Whoever gets the higher roll wins. And if you're not lucky, there's a 50% chance, percentage dice, something else might happen.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
So, okay, does that make sense? That sounds
I think that follows. Yep.
okay.
So,
Um,
but if you're,
Mike, out of character. How long till you got to take care of your dog?
I'm probably gonna check in like 10 minutes here.
Do you know what?
That's not.
Now that I've explained that, it made it confusing. Let's clarify that, and then you take care of your dog. I got something to take care of, and then we're gonna come back, and then let's catch some fish.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, any questions about my strange, convoluted fishing system?
Just one.
Yeah. Where did I come up with it? I don't know. I drink a lot of beer, man.
Oh, well, that answers that one. But the question I had is, so if you're lucky but you win the roll, what happens?
If I'm lucky and I win the roll,
No, like if we, if the first dice that we roll that gives us lucky,
Mhm.
then when we roll against you, you win. What happens in that case?
if I
Fish
win, the
gets
fish
away,
gets
right?
away. Yes, the fish gets
Yeah.
away. But it's a good question because I'm sure we'll be discussing this again because it's.
Okay.
Will Pinnacle be fishing as well?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if can I roll dice for him?
It would just
Let's-
be an additional roll.
Yeah, let's just do the same thing. Every 15 minutes, roughly, Pinnacle has a chance to catch something. Although
Okay.
the first one he might not give back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, that's part of the reason you. That's part of the
That's
reason.
part of the
you're
reason we went
helping
over here, just to get a fish for him.
You know,
Alright.
when I wrote this, I completely forgot about Pinnacle.
Well,
Well,
it's a
we
good
kept
thing.
forgetting about Pinnacle too,
Yeah.
but I remembered Pinnacle this time, and I
Yep.
remember that we need to feed him. So I'm not a bad falcon owner now.
Yeah. Kill two falcons or birds with one stone.
2 fish.
There we go, Pen.
Okay, so we're ready to do this. Okay, Mike, go do whatever with your dog, and
I'll be back.
I'll be
a
back in
minute.
like 45 seconds. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll also be back.
Okay. And I'm back.
Hello.
You know the worst part about writing this was
What?
the possibility that you guys would say, "No, we don't want to go fishing." So I was like, I gotta have just enough detail there to work with, but not too much.
Do you have like quests for the other market people? If we like went to the baker or whatever, would there be a quest there?
Did I include a baker? No, the baker probably not. Everybody has a purpose, but the same token, if you skip them, it's not going to hurt you.
Okay. I can't remember. It was like, what was it? A butcher, a fishmonger.
Yep. The painter and the gambler,
Okay.
and like anything else you can imagine in a market, I can make that happen.
Like the freak.
Like
I'm thinking about the markets that I usually go to that are nearby my house, and there are like these entertainers that walk around. They're like circus people or whatever. There's like this guy that's like on stilts or whatever and walking around, and there's a juggler, and it's interesting.
I'll be honest, about 3 years ago, I tried to include a circus in a campaign, and it just became so overwhelming for me to keep track of everything that was happening.
That's funny.
So,
But yeah, it was just
if
like
you want there to be a
people-
circus, yes, but there was only 2 people that day as well, and I decided to throw the circus in for fun, and it was just they split apart because I was scared you guys were going to split apart first. I'm like, how do I prevent them from splitting apart?
Yeah.
Remember, one of the first rules of D&D: don't split the party. Because on your own, you're very easy to kill. Then again, with the
Well,
dice,
it's like
with the
this
dice
thing
against you,
yes, exactly.
it doesn't make much of a difference. But yeah, DMs don't like it because it makes our job much harder.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
I was thinking like the horror movie. Like the horror movie rules apply here. Don't split up. Don't split up.
Did you ever see
Anyway,
that
what
old
were you gonna say?
Did you ever see that old Batman the Animated Series cartoon where, like, somehow I think it's the Joker has managed to like infiltrate people's mind, and Batman, maybe it's a Justice League, and Batman starts dividing himself up, and the Joker divides himself, and Batman says, "How is it that you're able to divide your mind 16 different ways while keeping control of everybody else's mind?" He comes together as one person. The Joker kind of goes insane. So it's kind of like that.
I haven't seen that cartoon. So
Which cartoon?
Batman the Animated Series or Justice League, I can't remember which. I was just trying to describe reasons not to split the party.
Okay.
I
Number
was just thinking like horror movie version.
Like Scream or something.
yeah.
Morning. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Ooh-ah.
Did you see Valen's quest where like he does a whole quest and that's the entire thing that he says?
Is that the movie that they made with
Yeah.
this character?
A half-hour
I haven't
movie.
seen that. I haven't seen that one yet, but I know they made one. And it's like,
It's worth your
It's like
time
a
if you have it. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
maybe movie night one night. Maybe we could watch that along with the freaking H.P.
Yeah, that could be-
Lovecraft overly sarcastic productions thing.
You'll have a mini movie nights. Okay.
Oh,
We
it's-
watched Dark Star on Tuesday. That was fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one was actually a good movie and very good soundtrack too, might I add.
Oh yeah.
Benson, Arizona.
Arizona.
we went nuts over that Western song that they made for the movie. Benson, Arizona.
I'll post it here later while we're playing.
Okay.
Time for
So
some fishing.
nice day for fishing, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
So
Yep.
let's do 7 o'clock. You arrive there. Normally, I'd say you have to wait a bit for the fish to calm down, but this is not real life fishing.
Yep.
So, who's the ones doing the fishing? All three of you?
That's
I
the
guess.
idea.
Okay.
I think so.
How big are the nets?
That's a good question too.
Let's just say, because you're catching a stonefish, so probably about the size of your body.
Okay.
And
These don't.
I guess
So how big is would a stonefish be the size of a salmon or a tuna? I guess. More closely here. I don't know if it matters, but just for visualization, I
I
guess.
know. I need to go look up an image of a stonefish. Would it be the same as like the fish, stonefish in like real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an actual fish. I'm sorry. I thought
Y-
we were talking about an actual rockfish.
No stonefish were real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should laugh.
And they're about 30 to 40 centimeters. How am I going to
Oh,
convert that over? Yeah, not,
so that's what they're called.
yeah. And, about
Sorry.
5 pounds in weight. They're not really big. But,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have laughed at that. I should know
That's
better.
okay.
Not everybody knows everything.
It's all right.
No,
I was
it's-
just saying when I think of stonefish, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Relicanth, that rockfish Pokemon.
Mm.
So that's what I was wondering.
well, this actually started with rockfish, but I like the idea of him selling poison as well as, fish. So,
He could have just been selling pufferfish.
yeah, but
Oh.
that you know how many rolls we have to do then?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they would attack.
Yeah.
You probably have to do
Fair
more.
enough. Yeah, a lot of poison and all that.
Okay. So, how are we doing this?
Well, who wants to go first?
And what's on
I'll go
second?
first.
Okay, so the
I'll
first
go after.
first thing is we need to figure out whether you see anything. So, roll 1d6, 1 to 3 you're not lucky, 4 to 6 you're lucky. So now,
What-
since you weren't lucky, oh,
Wait,
shit.
what about weren't you gonna roll for Pinnacle as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
tenacity
Pinnacle.
will.
Okay.
Let's see here. What did I do? What's your armor class again?
Um, 14 and plus 2 with the shield. So that'll be like 16.
Ooh, an eel comes out while you're trying to you're trying to use your net and grabs you.
Ooh.
Oh crap.
How big is the eel?
Pretty big. Does 3 points of damage to you,
Oh,
and
jeez.
but it doesn't manage to latch. It just kind of comes up, wraps around you, and then falls off.
Okay.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. I could have killed it and then eaten it. But whatever. Maybe give it some to Pinnacle. Anyway, I'll roll for Pinnacle,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
Pinnacle's not
Number
lucky
3.
either.
A bird comes down so fast. I'm just gonna. He can't get unlucky.
Okay.
Because you ever seen a fish go? It goes bam and out. Like an eel would never have a shot at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true, huh? Those birds go in and out there super quick. Yeah.
So, Tarkarian, what do you want to do?
I'll try and see if I can see one as well. So I have to roll as well here. Let's see.
1d6.
Darn it.
Why does Orange Jesus hate us?
Not so lucky.
Oh, you are.
Oh.
Nothing
Okay.
decides to chomp on you. So another 15 minutes goes by. Felicity, would you like to try again? Or, sorry, Tenacity, would you like to try again?
Felicity.
Sorry, I had to mix my own order up because I mixed the bird up.
No worries. It could be Felicity and Pinnacle and then
Oh.
me.
So another eel grabs you.
Oh my goodness.
Grabs you for 4 damage,
Okay.
but it doesn't manage to latch onto you.
My goodness. How do you
Weird.
need it?
Just like just every time an eel just.
You have 2 eels.
My hovercraft is full of eels. Apparently
Oh
the
my
pond is too.
Oh my gosh.
These eels were meant to be a minor menace, by the way.
So are the rats,
I'm gonna
right?
get an eel like every time. Oh my goodness.
So are the rats, right?
Yeah.
I get it
Okay,
now.
do the bird.
Okay.
Roll for the bird.
I just like do the bird better. Fortunately, the bird's too fast.
Yeah.
Okay,
My turn.
Tarkarian. Yep.
All right. Hey,
Yay!
perfect six.
Okay, so now we're gonna roll 1d100s against each other. Whoever gets the highest number.
Okay. Let's see. Whoa.
Oh yeah, you catch this one easy. You make
Oh
you
man!
make it look good.
Oh yes.
Freaking
Quick.
flips out of the water and you just go down and reach and just grab it.
Since I'm a gnome, I just jump up and wrestle it in the air for a bit.
Or you just grab it out of the water.
Yep.
Like in Mulan or whatever.
So we have one stonefish. Ah,
Ah, ah.
nice. So I have that noted here. I got a fish.
Yep. Okay, we're back to you, Tenacity.
7:30.
7:45.
Yay!
right.
Okay,
Hey.
so let's roll 1d100s against each other. Oh,
Ooh.
Ah.
puts up a fight. You put up a good fight, but he just manages to get away.
Ah.
He or she, I don't know. It's a fish.
Yeah.
Forgive my non-modern grammar here. They get away.
Yeah. It's all good.
I probably should have. I just thought of a question to ask here, but I don't know if that would complicate the process even further. Because could I use my new rope to conjure up some bait for us,
Mm,
or would that not make a difference here? Probably.
it's a good creative use. I want to reward it. Um, I'm
But
just wondering what stonefish eat for bait. Because,
it's
like,
interesting.
I know
Okay.
catfish, like, eat really disgusting, smelly stuff.
Well,
Oh, look, that was the first one. Oh, its diet consists of various type of fish and shrimp. So
oh, I
I'm
like.
I'm sure you can have some sort of fish biltong or something in there.
Yep.
And now, how is that going to affect your odds?
That was the bigger question on my mind here. Would that complicate the process too much?
No,
Maybe just make it like 3 to 6 and then 1 to 2 you don't get anything.
that's
Or
what I was
maybe with the,
that's what I was thinking. 1 to 2, you don't see anything. 3 to 6, you
okay,
do because you still got to fight the thing, and that's what we're simulating. It's
right.
just whether you see something, the bait draws it in so you can see it. So
That makes sense to me.
yeah,
Yep.
but it's the bird's
So,
turn anyway.
yep.
Okay.
The bird,
Yep.
bird's the word.
Bird.
Fortunately,
Oh,
fortunately, it's a fast bird. Um, yeah, I hate to tell you this, Tarkarian, but you just caught the bird's lunch.
ah, well,
But anyways, give us. I purposely am doing this to see what hits and what misses, and I'm surprised. I expected there'd be more hits. This was purposely so I would get an array and I'd be able to say, okay, this happens, this happens. I missed something somehow. Oh well. Anyway, Tarkarian, show me what you got.
okay.
Show me
So,
what you've got.
show me what you've got.
I
Okay,
can't
so
wait for the next season of that. Next month.
already. So 10 patches. I guess I'll just make a note of one of my patches being for fish bait for now. I don't know if I forgot if the effects are permanent, but I'll just make a note of it here.
They're semi-permanent. I'm not
Okay,
really
like-
keeping. I'm not really keeping track of them right now. I'm just saying anything reasonable you ask for happens.
Okay. Yeah. Since I have 10 patches here, I'll just make a note of it for this section.
Yeah.
So I have one patch used for fish bait, which I'm going to use on my line this time round.
We don't have lines, we have nets.
Nets. Yeah.
I mean, you can
That-
bait nets, but
Yeah. It'd be kind of like doing a crab trap, I guess. Let me roll a d6 here. 3.
So you're lucky. Let's roll off.
Autobots roll out.
Aha! You got the message. Oh, it
That's another fish.
it
That's another
died.
fish for
It
me.
died in your arms, man. It died in your arms.
Aw. I'm Aqua
Yes.
Gnome.
And yes, you can start singing the Cutting Crew if you like.
I just
That-
died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. Just died in your arms tonight.
That's a classic song.
Oh yeah.
That's 2 stonefish.
Okay, so we're back to tenacity.
2.
This will be
Hey, Tarkarian, can I have some of that bait?
Yep. I will conjure up one for you. I'll just pull one out of my pouch for you right now. So I pass the bait
Alright.
over to you.
Thank you, because apparently I need it.
do you know the temptation that I have to describe where the patch is that he's pulling the bait out of?
Well,
But-
it's not like I'm gonna eat it.
But we made a promise at the start of this that we were not going to sexualize anything. So
Well, I'm just like, I'm not gonna eat it. Why would I care? He's gonna be the one to eat it.
If you were gonna make that kind of joke, I probably have like the perfect follow-up to it, but
oh no, I missed. Ah.
now.
I actually
get-
got.
did you
I
get
actually
that?
got some
So well,
bait
wait.
without the bait.
Nice.
So we roll off. Got to beat a 58.
Ah,
Dang it!
Let the bird have its turn.
2 eels, 2 fish.
Well, the bird probably isn't gonna be using bait, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's lucky. So Pinnacle finally has his lunch.
Well, let's see. This still
That's
rolls
right, You
off.
gotta roll still. That's right. You gotta roll still.
Beat a 62.
ah, man.
Pinnacle's pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm kind of. We'll see what happens at the end of this session. It's 8 o'clock now. Right?
Yep.
In game. All right. I guess it's my turn to roll. I'll make another piece of bait for my net. So I'm gonna roll. Hey, not too shabby.
Sweet.
So now I gotta do one of these.
Beat a 21. Come on.
Come on.
Oh my
Dang it.
God! Why
Two
does
was
Orange
two.
Jesus hate us?
I got 2 lucky fish and one fish that just slaps me away as soon as I touch it. Lovely.
It's not even a strong slap. It's just a weak little.
It's like, my nose.
Tenacity. Maybe I think you better get some more bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that's a miscast. So I'll pass you another bait. I'll pass you another.
Hit the wrong.
That's
That's how
okay.
you know you've been on. That's how you know you've been on Reddit too
Okay.
long.
No, the bird snags one. No, forget that. No. So
Well, the bait helped.
roll off. 1d100.
Okay.
Ah, crap.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, nice day for fishing, ain't
Oh
it?
well, at least this isn't a big deal. It's not like we're fighting something.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was
Well, there's a
purposely
ball of
making
that.
it so it'd be hard for you guys to get hurt, and yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
No, it's not
we're
you.
just
You
little.
you're doing everything. There's nothing you're
Yeah,
doing wrong.
yeah, I
It's
know.
just the dice are awful.
It's the numbers, man. They're
It's
against us.
like actions have consequences. If you jump off a cliff, I might save you once, but I'm not going to save you forever. But no, this system is just saying, oh, like I have to log in as the dungeon master, and you have to log in as the players. And I'm starting to say, maybe we should be doing this the other way around.
Yeah.
With our luck. Jeez. All right. So, are we going for another round here,
Well,
tenacity?
You still
Oh, yeah,
haven't. You
I
still haven't
still
rolled
gotta-
yours. Tenacity
Oh,
just
yeah.
wants. Tenacity's gonna get one. Okay, so I can see. I can see her salivating. I'm getting a fish.
I
Yeah,
want her to get-
exactly.
I want her to get a fish.
Well, I still need to roll for pinnacle here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the bird get his first. Or another
Oh
one,
gosh.
because he had one for. He finally got his meal, didn't he?
But no, it slipped out of his grasp.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Roll for the bird.
I just
Oh,
rolled
really?
for the bird.
Yeah.
It did nothing.
So,
All right.
Tarkarian.
Time to bait up. See if I get anything good. Man, I'm glad
Yep.
I came up with that bait idea.
I am too. Okay, so
Okay, a little more doable.
oh,
Yay! Just made it.
oh, you just made your money back.
I sure
Yeah, we just made
did.
it.
Yep. We broke even, boys and girls and birds.
Oh, we still need to at least get one for
Yep.
for pinnacle too.
Yep.
Actually,
convinced.
technically, you do have that because remember, Idrin refused his, and you got that back. So you spent 2 gold, and
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
true.
technically. But
Okay.
I still think there's no way Tenacity is leaving that pond.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
she's gonna
Oh,
charge in
not
with
yet.
it. There she goes. Okay, she's gonna charge in with the axe in a second.
Yep. You know what? I wonder what
18.
that
Get him!
when-
Get him! Get him!
Come on. Come on.
Oh my
Just-
gosh, if I don't make this.
Come on.
Oh,
You gotta get
Yeah.
There you go. You finally got a fish.
Just charge in with the axe to chop at the water and get one. Slice one in half. Give that to Pinnacle.
Yep.
Pinnacle's gonna try to get one.
Because he's a hungry bird.
yeah.
Okay, he didn't get one. I'll just give my sliced in half one to him. He can go eat that.
Poor thing. He's so hungry he can't concentrate anymore.
Yeah,
no.
here, buddy. You can have this.
So you have half a fish now. And I have 3.
Well, it's your shot, Tarkarian. What do you feel like doing?
Since we're all having fun here, I'll round off this turn by going again with another piece of bait.
Mhm.
I'll roll. Confound it. Now I wonder what's gonna happen.
was-
Oh.
I think my luck has run out.
Nope. You're lucky.
Oh.
1 to 3 unlucky, 4 to 6 lucky.
Oh.
So you feel something slither by you, but it doesn't get hold of you.
Ugh. Yeesh. So I have 3 stonefish,
Mhm.
and you and Tenacity has half a fish. That's
Well, we probably aren't gonna give this to the person, to Jeremy or whatever.
Jeremy the fishmonger. You think 3 fish is enough?
I mean, it
He-
makes our money back, I guess, but
I will tell you that he seemed pretty anxious, so like even if you got 1 fish, he would be happy.
Okay.
I mean, maybe one more go and then we'll.
You know
then
what?
we'll head
Let's do
back.
one for let's do one for the road. We'll leave it 8:30 in game.
Yep.
Or
But
8:15.
we can probably just with this half fish we can just save that for later. I
Yeah.
wouldn't give that to him. But,
Yeah.
There we go.
There. Now we are talking.
oh
On
man!
3.
Just
Oh well.
a little too slick there. A little too slippery.
Must be slick. No more eels, at least.
Okay, I don't think Pinnacle is fishing because he's eating. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. One more piece of bait.
Oh, well. 1d6. That's not so lucky.
Neither
But-
is that.
Yeah. Why are you rolling?
I rolled. Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah,
Something
you-
else happened there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, you take 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
And what's your armor class again?
Armor class is 11 with this
Ooh.
robe.
You got yourself an eel.
Oh,
And that's-
It latched onto you.
Yep.
Ah, crap. This isn't good. I took 4 points of damage.
You took 4
Right on.
points of damage, and now we're going to roll for initiative. So 1d20s.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Ooh, one for the road indeed. So I took -4. 1 second. Rolling for initiative.
Okay. So Tarkarian, you get to go first. Tenacity, remember this is your friend. Don't use the axe.
All right. Ooh, this is gonna be. This is going to be weird.
Get a stone again.
Well, there's lots of them.
Yeah, you can do that. Grab the stone.
Yep. Or well, I'm probably in too much of a panic to use Mage Hand to lift one with TK. I'll probably just grab a stone out of impulse. See if I can whack it.
Okay, roll 1d20.
Yep. 3.
Surprisingly, that misses.
So what? I hit my arm instead. Jesus.
Is
hits
the
it-
eel latched to his leg or is it latched to his arm?
His arm, because he was reaching in with the net,
Yeah.
so it would go after his arm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I thought so.
I figure it just hits it in a non-vulnerable point. So,
Yeah,
hello, Domino.
that hit didn't really
Is that
do
your
much.
cat?
One of my 2 cats, the female.
Ah,
Cool.
Not quite.
Is she black and white?
Yes, she's black and white.
cool. Hence the name. Okay.
So,
Well, Tenacity, what have you got here?
All right. Let me think here.
her muscles bulge under her red skin. Sweat beads
Yeah.
upon her brow.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna try and punch it in the head.
Oh God, don't miss.
You should have gone for the
Oh,
head.
she did go for the head.
Hey.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, it's a pretty small goblin arm, so you know
Yeah.
maybe if it was like a critter or something, I would probably hit it. But
So guess what happens now? Luck dice, and I'll be rolling. You ready?
oh dear.
1 to
Okay.
3. 1 to 3, not lucky. 4 to 6, lucky. Fuck. Felicity, can you please roll a 1d4 to figure out how much damage you do to your friend?
Tenacity.
Tenacity. Sorry, I'm looking away from all my notes because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make this not suck.
Well,
Good news, I don't have to figure it away.
Yeah.
1 point of damage to the eel.
No, to you.
Sorry.
Ouch. Oh, the tenacity. Ouch.
No.
Oh, to
To
me.
Tarkarian. Yes.
Ouch.
Well,
Darn it.
it moved. Now the bloody thing is
Yeah.
an attack roll, which I wasn't planning on doing.
Oh,
Okay.
so now I'm down to 11.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh,
I'm,
this
wait, I'm
game
sorry.
hates us.
7. So 8 from. So 4 damage from the eels, and I'm at 7 HP.
Good news is somehow it misses.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy.
Good news is RN Jesus has a good sense of humor.
No kidding. Probably laughing
And
his butt off right now.
the other good news is as a DM, I'm supposed to say it's latched onto you, therefore it gets an automatic attack, and I threw that out the window because I'm at this point going, come on, die.
I'm just dashing on the ground trying to fight this thing.
Well, it's the next turn, so you get to go first. Wrestle that eel. Wrestle it.
Yep. I'm just gonna try pummeling it with my hand this time. Since a stone apparently doesn't work.
Your other hand.
Yeah. My free hand. I'm gonna try
The thing is,
pummeling
that's probably his non-dominant hand, so.
That's probably gonna mess with it, isn't it? Is this a D20?
You know how many
roll?
comments I'm holding back here? Just roll 1d20.
Yeah, a free hand. Okay.
The good news is your dexterity is not impacted. That will come in handy later tonight. And roll 1d4.
Okay.
Roll high, please.
I'm sorry.
But it turns out that is a miraculous knockout blow and manages to push it onto the floor and off your hand.
Okay.
Sure.
What's the point of being God in this universe if I can't make things happen once in a while? It's still alive, so I don't know whether you want to kick it, stomp it, leave it alone.
I'm gonna
Probably
stomp it. Stomp on its head.
Okay,
He's had enough of all this bad luck.
1d20.
Oh, yay.
Now I have to roll for its attack again. But I don't know who it's going after. 1 to 3 tenacity, 4 to 6 Tarkarian.
Sounds good to me. Tenacity's
Oh.
getting this time.
I'm getting bit by an eel again.
This has been a most.
It misses.
Hey,
So
this is.
RN Jesus is nice once in a while. This is a lot longer of a fishing trip than I anticipated, you know.
The one for the road always does end up that way.
Okay, Tarkarian, kill this bloody thing. It's on the ground, so I'm going to give it a minus to its AC, so beat a 7.
Okay. Oh, hang on a sec. So I gotta roll this thing and just beat the snot out of it. For Pete's sake!
Oh, sorry, its AC, it's supposed to be a swimming creature, so its AC is 6. Roll 1d4.
Roger.
What's the point of being God, above God, if I can't make the numbers?
Or
There, you squash its head.
Okay.
let's get out of here.
Can I remind the two of you that you have healing potions?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
This
Okay.
I do.
this might be an
I do have
excellent
one
time to use
potion
them.
of healing.
Yeah, let's just use.
You're going to get more.
Yeah.
Don't know when, but you're going to get more. Actually, I know where you're going to get more.
Yep.
Let's get out of this cave. It apparently has very bad vibes.
Yep. So it's now. So I'm at 7 HP and I used this. So is this a full HP restore or?
Normally it's 1d8 plus 1, but in this case, I'm just going to say it restores you both.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a cure light wounds, and I'm using a little bit of executive power here, and I'm saying it was all light wounds that you had, so it's able to cure it all.
Okay.
But
Sounds good.
there's different kinds of healing potions and all sorts of things, so I'm just tweaking this for 10 seconds and saying, yeah, just erase the damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get this
Remember,
stuff back to
the DM is not here to kill you. The DM is here to create a story with you.
Yep.
It's a tragic story at the present time.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wait, no, it's a tragic comedy because we're laughing at the same time.
yeah. It is a tragic comedy, just like Parasite.
The plot is good, the characters are good, the dice suck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh, where the hell were we? Okay.
we're GTFOing from the cave and getting this stuff to Jeremy.
Uh,
Goodbye, Cavernous Souls. Turns out your eels were uncounterable after all.
okay, I'm going to go fishing for a second. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Huh. Oh man, how's that for a day of fishing, huh?
What is up with this game?
Well, that's another inside joke for the Magic players. That turns out the Cavernous Souls was named Eels. But yeah. In about another half hour, I'm gonna check on the doggo again.
Alrighty.
I'll have to let Moth know that. What are you typing up there? So I have 3 stone fish.
Hey guys.
Welcome back.
So, like I was telling to Liz earlier, I actually didn't put a lot of detail into the cave because I wasn't really sure if you were going to go fishing or not.
Okay. No worries.
Imagine what would have happened if I did. There is one small detail about the cave, but that can be discovered any other time. So
Okay.
like I said, I imagine you'll be back here.
Alrighty.
The good news is it doesn't involve fish or eels.
Ah,
It doesn't involve anything living or
oh,
or undead
okay.
or
I'm
spiritual.
not going near any
or-
hovercraft
or-
anytime soon.
No. Or- nothing spiritual, nothing from the astral plane. The other secret of the cave is something different. But
Nothing eldritch.
no, nothing eldritch, no. Nothing that lives between the stars. Ah, God. Well,
The fishing session. The one for the road is usually the most interesting, as this is proven.
yeah, and now I actually have a data set so I can look at it.
Oh.
Oh,
Alrighty.
I've been trying to figure out what the problem is. Like, we joke that the dice are bad, but I'm worried maybe I'm overpowering you.
Oh,
And with this, it's actually giving me the chance later to go through it and say, okay, is this a typical combat or what's going on?
Yeah.
So you're
alright.
coming back to the fishmonger, and he gives you your, what is it, 3 gold pieces?
Yeah.
3 fish for 3 gold.
And I still have the half fish, but I'm probably just gonna maybe save that for later or something.
I think that's pretty much in your stock at this point. Yep. So now we have 101 gold.
Oh, God, that needs to be changed.
What needs to be changed?
Well, I wrote Gundark the Dwarf Dealer, and the way they wrote that, it sounds like he sells dwarves that are slaves. But he's the one dealing the cards.
Yep. Ah.
So card person. That wasn't really what I wrote, but that's what I'm telling you. Okay, so you still have the fishmonger is willing to let you go again if you want. You have a shoesmith, a blacksmith, a butcher, and the gambling ring, and the robe man painting the marketplace.
I was gonna look at the painting. What do you
And
think?
If you want to look at the painting, then I definitely would like to as well. Let's go talk to this rogue artist.
You walk up to the artist, and he says, "Just a second," and he etches a couple figures on his board. Ah, perfection. Come closer, my friends.
What are you painting, my friend, my good sir?
The market. So many people, so many characters. He shows you the painting. To modern eyes, it would look abstract. To your eyes, it looks like a bunch of blobs.
Oh,
See,
well,
I just added the two of you down here, pointing to a red blob and I guess whatever kind of clothes you're wearing blob. A patchwork blob. There we go.
patchwork. Yep, sure.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
like a red and purple blob or something.
I love coming to the marketplace. There's so many people, so many stories, and I get the privilege of recording it all here.
Oh, how long have you been at this painting stuff? It looks rather expressive.
Every day since as long as I can remember. He
Oh,
he has like a little satchel beside him and he pulls a painting out and you notice that there's not much color on it. Most of the figures are dark. I did this one about 100 years ago.
100. Whoa,
Hmm.
Yes, I think
whoa,
it's one of my better works.
Is
man.
this in the same market? The same place?
Yes, you recognize the shapes look close enough. Things tends to have moved, stuff like that, but it looks pretty much like the same background.
Pretty much the same area. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just that
that's wow.
the figures are dark instead of bright and colorful.
Wow, people really did dress differently back then. They were all wearing this type of attire.
Everything changes. The dressmaker down there is always coming up with new fabrics. Quite frankly, I don't know how she does it. Such a wonderful eye for color.
Ooh.
Hmm.
So let me just add in a dressmaker. Oh, what the hell,
Interesting.
Baker? Why the frick not?
I'm sorry, I was me.
Just
Make
don't talk to them.
I'm sorry, you said butcher baker, and I was thinking candlestick maker, and I thought about the freaking
fine.
rhyme.
Candlestick maker. No, no, no. This is a market. Everything's there. And like I said, you're going to be coming back here, so I got to figure out how to work with these characters.
it's true. Fair enough. Whatever makes it more entertaining.
Exactly. Like, I'm not mad at you for doing it. I'm just like, oh, yeah, now I got to come up with backstories for these guys and what they do.
Maybe we won't visit them this time, but we're just.
That'll be something for the future sessions.
I guess so.
But for now,
So is
So
this the is this the same market? Are they still Are they still?
Well,
I'm asking about the painting.
well, Carrion has been over there. He points toward the elven blacksmith. He's been there for quite some time. You can see he's here. And you notice it's one of the few uh, colored in bits of art.
ooh,
Hmm.
seem to know him quite well. Yep, if he's been around that long.
And of course, Big Al, he points over to another point, the shoesmith. He's been here for the longest time as well.
Oh,
Interesting.
so these guys are all veterans. What about the any other faces that you've seen throughout all your time here on this painting?
Well, there's the cultists, but they're kind of boring. Red red robes, the same old, ooh, our master is coming to destroy all universe. I've heard it 1,000 times. Every
Apocalyptic.
every day at noon, precisely.
That's right.
Well, we'll have to stick around and see this.
Yeah. See if we can figure out more about just what these guys are on about.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you again, Michael.
How about now?
A little better, yeah.
I hear him half the time. I hear him just as well, and half the time there is a problem. So I'm really at a loss to explain that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Like,
This mic isn't exactly the best. Can you guys hear me okay right now?
yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Can you hear me now? Good. Hear
good.
me now. Good.
So, yes. So it looks like you really are familiar with the people here in the marketplace.
Oh, well. One doesn't get to ply his trade without a little suspicion unless you press the flesh. Get to know people a little.
True.
Uh, yeah. Especially if the pictures turn out like these, as good as they look.
I appreciate that. It's a rare thing to
Well,
see somebody who admires art as much as the two of you. And believe me, it's quite gratifying to the owner of the pieces.
well, let's see. I, sorry, brain fart there. What what do you think, Tenacity? Anything else? Anything else you think we can do?
Well, I would
Maybe.
want to hear a little bit more about this place from someone who's been here a while.
Yeah,
Perhaps we can talk to the blacksmith or the shoesmith.
yeah, the
Well,
blacksmith.
shoesmith, wouldn't that be cobbler?
Whatever, Miss Manners. You try writing this crap. Yes, he's a cobbler. He's a freaking cobbler. He's a
It's
he's a
okay.
little
I
bit of
just, I
he's a little bit of pastry with some jam inside. He's a cobbler.
Okay,
I
I'm
just,
sorry. I just being a little semantic there.
I know, I know. I was just having fun with it.
I didn't know if maybe you had another turn for it or something in Canada or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
By the way, Silurius is his name, and he says, I suggest that you speak to the blacksmith first. Icarion has had many dealings with the cultists.
maybe I'll go to the blacksmith then.
If you don't mind my humble observation.
All right.
So, what's everybody doing? You're hanging around
So,
a painter.
so are we gonna go see the blacksmith? Because he can probably. Michael.
Michael, are you okay?
Michael?
Are you okay? Are you okay, Michael?
Michael, where'd you go?
Well, he is
Oh
logged.
no.
He is logged in. He's not muted.
Okay, he's typing. Okay, he's gonna go try and fix that. Dear. Hang on, Wi-Fi's acting up. Ooh.
No, it's always the Wi-Fi's fault, never his fault. No responsibility in today's generation.
Freaking Wi-Fi, freaking dies. What is this session?
The accession of many excuses.
I need to find something lucky or whatever to bring here or something. Maybe it'll make RNGesus better. I have like this three-legged pig that's supposed to be lucky, but I don't know where it is.
I had a
A
plan.
little.
I had a plan, but my worry is, like, if I make you this all these things at a low level, what's going to happen when you get to the upper levels? Like
Yeah.
just slaughtering dragons left, right, and center. So that's why I'm putting up with this saying the numbers have to roll out eventually.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we survive.
Yeah, if we get that far, huh?
I'm doing a good job in not killing you.
Yeah.
Yep. Working.
Michael, now I'm getting some feedback on you. Now I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, now we're getting nothing again.
So here's what happened. I switched to my AirPods so I could talk to you guys through the Discord app on the phone.
Mhm.
But then the Wi-Fi comes back up and it switches me back to my computer while I'm still trying to talk on the phone. The session tonight's a weird session for me. So what was going on here?
What do you think it is for me? So, the I almost said his
Yeah.
full title.
Ah, oh
I would
boy.
have been Silurius, the painter, has suggested that you go speak to the blacksmith, Icarian, the dark elven blacksmith,
Okay.
because
I shall
he's been here longer.
Yep.
Yeah, so we can learn more about the place from him.
I'll heed the artist's advice and go with you there.
Good luck to you both,
Silurius.
and I know I'll see you again.
Ah, noted. I hope to see more of your paintings next time we meet.
That probably will be the case.
So now we're off to see the blacksmith.
Icarian, yes.
Hyperion?
Icharion, Icarion. But if you say
Hyperion.
I say ick, you say I, same thing. You know what? I made it up. Not really.
Okay.
It's not really my intellectual property, so I could care less.
Okay.
And I'll be honest. One of the three main characters I'm editing for, I still don't know whether it's Devon or Devon.
Okay.
So
Alright.
if I ever get
Hyperion.
interviewed, it's going to be, I don't know what sounds better.
That's like freaking Hussey with his pronunciations of
Oh,
his
yeah.
characters.
Andrew Huss. So Hyperion.
Did you ever get into Homestuck? Moth?
Homestuck?
Homestuck.
I've been stuck in the home, but
That's the one with all the gray trolls and all that. If you've
All
seen
have-
those fans that are all painted in gray, and they have the shirts that are the astrological signs. Those are Homestuck fans.
Yeah.
possibly, but
So
I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
So Hyperion.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the Icar Wellsprings because they're still similarly spelled. I wonder if we'll
And
get
he's
some cards.
and he's a dark elf.
Oh, even better. I wonder if he
That's-
sells Icar Wellsprings, like little trinkets.
So
like
can
little
you
trinket
tell me what's the
versions.
difference between dark elves and regular elves?
Dark
Like
elves.
the only thing I know is like Thor.
Ah,
Thor was not too far off from the truth. Dark elves have dark skin, and they generally tend to be evil aligned.
ah,
Okay.
But there are such thing as good drow as well. There's just not many of them because if they think one of their baby is going to be good, they're going to kill that baby.
ah. So they are that kind of.
Yes.
All right.
On his table,
Were there drow in Lord of the Rings, or were they just elves?
maybe in Similarian, but not Lord of the Rings itself.
Yeah.
Ah,
And Similarian
Okay.
has been so many years since I read it, I can't tell you.
I've never read it,
Understood.
so.
The only thing I liked about it is the Lord of the Rings was like 2 pages.
oh,
None of the nonsense, just 2 pages. Like, yes, it finally makes sense to me.
all right. Sounds good.
So does it go into the future after Lord of the Rings?
Oh yes,
Oh,
Does Middle Earth have an end?
yes.
Oh my goodness!
wow. Lots of lore happening
Interesting.
here.
Oh yeah, that's because the world is changing into the world of man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why the old cartoons started to go into that, and the new series just kind of cut it off when all the elves went away.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how that happened.
It's just what you choose to focus on.
It is true.
Yeah, I just don't know much about Lord of the Rings myself. I mean, I've seen the movies. I think I've read like one of the books.
No, the books are
I mean-
torturous.
Oh, right.
They spend 3
Ah.
pages describing an inn that they walk past.
Yep.
They don't go in.
They just walk past.
They
it,
just walk past. Yes.
But you find out every. You find out the history of every single plank of wood that made that place, huh?
Exactly.
Oh gosh. All right. So we're gonna talk to this dark elf.
You are going to
Yeah.
talk to Icarian, the dark elven blacksmith.
Okay.
He's got mostly weapons on his table, but he has a gold ring on the table as well. He looks at you and,
It's the one ring.
Oh,
I didn't say that to him. Anyways.
I forge for the great, the mighty, and the malignant. What can I do for you today?
oh. Like we'd like to see your wares. Looks like you have quite the variety here.
Then look before you. And I also do special orders.
Special orders.
Why, yes. From time to time, certain members from the tower come down and entrust to me special items, because they know I'm the one that can get the job done.
Ooh.
I see.
Members of the tower. So
Yes,
who
the
exactly?
ones.
How long has the
Go ahead.
sorry? I was gonna say, how long has the cult been around here?
Oh, longer than I've been alive.
It's a pretty long time.
Interesting.
So
It feels longer and longer every year. But I'm happy here. I have a parade every day at noon. I have a great place to buy fish. And most importantly, I have customers. There's never a shortage for anything that I make, because they know I am that damn good.
well, I can certainly see you have weapons of a vast amount in your place here.
Hmm.
Do you have anything in the way of wands or staffs? Is that within your area?
I don't really do wands. Wands are usually held by fairies, and my wares are for manly men.
Noted.
I
saw
just
the way
double
it was.
insulted. I just double insulted.
My character is just gonna take it in stride and just let tenacity talk to him.
What is this
Clearly.
ring here?
I'm not entirely sure. Somebody dropped it off to me and never came back for it, but I cannot remember, for it was long ago.
Can you remember anything about?
Interesting.
Oh, you said you can't remember anything because it was long ago. So not even what the person looked like or anything.
Nope, that's why I leave it out there, hoping someday somebody will come up to claim it.
Yes. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, despite what they might say, I'm an honest dealer.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough.
How
I don't
much
like
is the how? Sorry, go on.
I don't like to take payment unless I can deliver the goods.
Oh, that's fair enough. How much?
Why did they drop the ring off to you? Did they need you did they ask you to repair it, or
It was in halves at the time, and I said it was a tricky operation, but I could do it. And as you can see, and he picks it up and holds it up to the light as he spins it around, it is now without even a blemish.
That's pretty good quality.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
How much is it going for?
As I said, I'm a man of my word, but for you, I think 20,000 gold.
Yeah. Well, maybe it would just be best to wait for its owner.
Yeah. Hopefully whoever needs the ring can come and get it.
Well, like I said, all my wares, I'm guaranteed a customer. Whatever price I
Oh.
choose is paid for. The cult is always looking for new weapons, and I'm more than happy to sell them.
Fair enough. All in good business.
Perhaps you could find a weapon here too, Tenacity. Sometime. Don't know
Yeah,
if now or-
sometime. I think that it might be too rich for our blood at the moment.
Well, that was just the ring. I don't know what the rest of his wares are going for. What's your price range on the what's your price range on your melee weapons and such?
He looks you up and down. Are you looking for a dagger? Some spikes, perhaps?
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind having a dagger on me in case I absolutely need it. What would you be selling those for?
Check your pouches. I would be willing to let a small dagger go for about 400 gold.
Oof.
All right. Yeah, as I thought. But hopefully we can come back when we've gained a bit more treasures from our travels.
Icarion says to you, I'll be honest, if I have to find the material, I raise the price. So if you brought the material to me, I'd definitely give you a discount. Check your pouches.
All right.
Check your pouches. Check.
Oh,
Check.
yep.
Do we,
That was
do
one of
we
the
have like
that was one
coin-
of the biggest reasons that I gave that to you.
the
Ouch.
gold?
No. Check your patches. Check your patches. Check your patches.
Oh.
Check your patches.
Oh,
Oh, the
Oh.
patches.
I thought you said pouches. I
pouches.
thought you said pouches too. Honestly, that's
Well-
why I was looking through my stuff here. But yeah.
Yeah, but you
well,
probably don't want to do that in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It-
so what kind of materials are you looking for then?
Well, of course, iron and steel are always excellent. On occasion, I get a customer with mithril or even more exotic metals like rune.
Ooh. I'm a, I'd imagine I'd imagine those materials would be a bit more expensive.
That's why it costs me so much to get the material. It's not exactly like I can just walk out in broad daylight and buy it from a regular merchant. No, I have to go through connections. And he looks over at the dwarf, and it's even better when my connections deliver.
Oh. But it's fair enough that you would, it's fair, and you're the one who has the business. You have the right to set the prices that you do.
Yes, but
Just
material
trying to make a living.
material costs are material costs. I can't write that down. But if you brought it to me, my labor, while not cheap, is definitely worth the quality.
Fair enough. We shall
I'll be
consider
sure.
that.
I'll be sure to keep this in mind. I glance over my robes as we keep talking. But this looks like a good assortment, so we'll definitely be back soon.
You're welcome here anytime.
So I have a feeling we should probably check out the dwarf next. Looks like he and the cobbler have a bit of he and the blacksmith, I'm sorry, have a bit of history.
Yeah. The cobbler's the dwarf that he looked at, right?
No, the card dealer. The cobbler
Okay.
Dwarf.
the cobbler is also a dwarf. There's two different dwarfs because I realized, why do I write all humans?
Yeah.
And then I thought it would be nice for Tarkarian to be taller than somebody.
Yep. That is cool. That is good
Wait,
enough.
gnomes are taller than dwarfs?
From what I understand. I could be wrong.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
These ones are especially short dwarfs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case. Let's keep everybody happy.
Sure.
I didn't mind that you were having a lot of human characters. I mean, it makes sense that there would be towns that would just be full of humans, and then maybe other towns full of mythical creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah, but even I'm kind of saying, geez, like here where there's like tieflings and kobolds and stuff wandering around, it's all human merchants. What am I doing?
Yeah, that
Understood.
makes sense.
Understood. All right. So let's go talk to this dealer. This dwarf dealer.
So we're gonna go talk to the dealer.
Yep.
Okay.
As you approach, the crowd kind of fades away. And he kind of wraps his stuff up into a box. What can I do for you?
Oh. Looks like you were just finishing something up here. What exactly is happening here?
Well, it's a big market, deals to be made, money to be had. We're doing nothing illegal.
I didn't say that you. I didn't think that you were. I was just wondering what. It seemed like you were playing a game a while ago.
Oh, so you like games, do you?
Not in particular. I was just curious what game you were playing.
Nonetheless, we'd be curious to know. Perhaps you never know. Depending on what it is, that answer may change.
He
I couldn't hear you, Michael.
Ugh, for Pete's sake. What's with this mic? How about now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
he
Yeah,
pulls he pulls a deck of cards out from his robes and says, "Cards the game, if you're willing to play."
hmm. I actually haven't played a good card game in a while since back at the academy. Lots, lots of people using red stuff though. I was more of a blue player myself. So how does this card game work, if I may?
So, in game, he basically pulls out a standard deck of cards. I know this is historically inaccurate, but it's my game. Shut up.
Wait, didn't they have those kinds of things back in medieval times?
They had more closer to the tarot cards. The
That's what
cards
I
we
was.
have in the
That's
modern game, like modern
that's what I
games,
was kind of figuring.
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't
'Cause
know.
I swear they had some kind of cards back then.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I don't know tarot cards well enough. You know what? The game mechanics
I
don't.
can go grab mine.
Uh, that's gonna help me.
I mean, I
What?
can read some of them off to you. I have some really pretty tarot cards.
Oh, I love the artwork on them. I do.
They
just-
do look
I'll,
pretty.
I'll, I'll have to get some pictures of them later.
Yep.
If I can find where I put them. I reorganized my shelves and they're probably somewhere around here. I'll have to-
Makes
Ah.
sense.
I have a similar problem. My wife reorganizes my shelves. I can never find anything again.
So now you can't
Well,
find
I had to
anything. Yeah.
reorganize things because I wanted one of my bookshelves free so I could put all my art stuff on it. So
Sure.
now I just shoved a whole bunch of books in the same things and now they're all crowded together.
All right.
So let me see if I can remember tarot cards well enough. For like cups and pentacles, are they like 1 through 10, or how does that work?
I'm gonna go get my tarot cards. I think I know where they are. Hang on.
Okay.
While you're getting those, I'm gonna check my dog again real quick. Just give
No
me a
problem.
sec.
This is going to be a general break.
Yep.
Okay. See you in a sec.
Sounds good. Be back in a minute.
Who's all with me? Hello there.
You can probably just look up the information online.
Yep, just give me a second. Ah, shice.
Probably under a drawer somewhere or something.
There. That's how I figure the cult procession goes down the.
Funny.
You ever watch Zeba Shaw?
Mm-mm.
He does a lot of D&D stuff, and that's his characters were trying to escape a tower, and they ran into a cult procession, and that's the procession as it came towards them. So,
Yeah, I'll have to. I need to clean some of those drawers out. They have so much junk in them.
see, so you got an ace to 10 of wands. This website is wands, pentacles, swords, cups. All basically the same, and then
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the freaking goth dancers or whatever.
Yeah.
Cyber goth dancers. Have you seen the ones where they're dancing to different songs and everything?
no.
Okay, let me see if I can find what. Oh man, apparently this was like more than 10 years ago. Oh my goodness.
My kitchen is my.
There, that's the full episode where that comes from.
Okay.
And we're back.
Oh, that's kind of like Techno Viking.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they had one where they had him to the Techno Viking song.
Oh, the goth party thing.
Oh, it's Jellyfish Jam.
Oh boy.
It's a good song from SpongeBob.
Oh, what the heck happened to the interface here? Nope. Alright.
Yeah, Mike, if you go up.
Oh.
The first one I uploaded there is the way I figure the way the cult procession comes down at noon.
Oh.
Stolen completely from Zeba Shaw, but this is not going on.
Zebasha.
Yeah. And then I put the full episode down down there so you can
Oh my goodness. Like some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of stuff here. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, watch the
Ooh.
full episode because they're doing Spelljammer where you get to go into outer space with D&D.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we're probably not doing that, but we might. I don't know. Who knows? Keep it.
I think there was this one time where I remember a story where this person they got to like this moon base or whatever by rolling a natural 20 and they couldn't get back because that was a higher level area
Oh no. Oh,
and they shouldn't have gone there in the first place.
That's where, as a DM, you have to exercise creative control.
Yeah.
sounds about right.
I
So
did
I'm
find.
really wondering where my tarot cards are.
I
Well,
did-
we'll
I-
find them
That's right.
eventually.
I did find them. You got wands, pentacles, cups, and swords, and it's like ace to 10.
Okay.
Then there's a page, knight, queen, king, and stuff like that. But
I mean, I don't really care. We can just use the regular deck of cards. I just
well, it's the suits that he wants to play with.
okay.
Okay.
So let's just break it down into red and black suits, and
Okay.
your standard number cards from 1 to 10,
Sure.
because we can always roll a 1d10.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
so let me get it back into the lore here after us having a good laugh.
Good stuff. So,
So he says, so first of all, let me see your money. He throws 2 gold in front of him. One for the lady and one for the gentleman.
oh, okay.
What do you think? Do you want to play?
Yep. I personally wouldn't mind seeing how this works. Get to know the place a bit better.
Yeah.
Let's play around.
All right. Let's just be careful.
Yep.
Okay,
Like
so
I said.
now we're going to be doing some rolling here. We're all going to
Okay.
roll a d10.
Okay.
So, in his case, he's going to roll twice because he's going up against both of you. But you both roll 1d10.
Okay.
How the hell did you get a 0?
You said
What's-
1DF.
Yeah. What's a DF?
I have no idea.
It says 1DF there.
What's it?
I was setting up
Roll.
for it. I was like roll, and then
Yep.
I was trying to figure out, should I go back and do 2d10, and then I got a DF. So you both rolled. So
8.
you got an 8 and a 6. He takes your gold coin and says, "That's the way the cards run sometimes. Would you care to go again?"
So high number wins. So what we're
Okay,
roll-
so that's how this game works.
So we both.
That's the way it works. Put your money down again. Let's see what happens.
So wait, was that? So that was 1 gold from each of us. So or
Yep.
2 gold total from the 100 gold between us.
Have a pool.
Okay. So that brings us down
Which-
to 99 gold then.
Yep.
From the 100 one we had before. I'll make a note of that here.
I was actually more interested in his connection to the blacksmith.
While he's shuffling, saying, "The blacksmith's a liar. I tell you, I get him the best stuff around here, and he always abuses me." And then he whispers in and says, "Elves hate dwarves."
Oh.
Hmm.
So it's even more rooted than that, huh? Yeah. Can't say. I can only hope things don't escalate too or haven't escalated too badly between you two.
He's a dwarf. Sorry, he's an elf. I'm a dwarf. He knows the second that he comes over here, I would end him.
Wow. That's can't say I
Who
know
comes
too
over
much.
here?
Once
The black
Icarian.
Icarian.
We all know who won the elf and dwarf wars. He doesn't, because that's why he's been down here so long.
Hmm.
Must be rough when the competition is just as hard to deal with as the business itself.
The problem is the competition doesn't pay quite as well as him, otherwise, I wouldn't look at him twice. You see, I'm a great scout, good at finding things, especially things that people need.
Oh, and so what kind of stuff do you usually scout for, or does it depend on who asks you?
Depends on who asks. Now, I'm gonna deal a couple cards.
Okay,
Hmm. I suppose we could play one more time.
yeah, we'll toss in a couple more gold to keep the discussion going. So we'll be down to 97 gold, I guess.
Well, you'd have to roll.
Yeah, hang on. I'm making notes here while I'm doing this. Let's roll. Just my luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this quietly. Even though I'm beating you, if we're not playing, people are gonna look at us funny. People know that I deal in certain things, so you gotta keep playing.
Okay.
But to answer your question, I can get my hands on nearly anything, as long as it's not in that bloody tower.
Oh,
What would
the
be in the
tower's
tower?
tower's off limits.
All I know is the parade they do every day. It would be most wise for a dwarf to stay away from them. After all, there are a whole lot more of them than there are of me, and frankly, dwarves sprint very well, but in the long distance we get caught.
Does their god not like dwarves?
Ante up. He throws 2 gold pieces back.
Yep. And we're throwing two
Hmm.
more in as well, so we're down to 95 gold. Just to keep the talk going. So we roll again.
Yep.
Right? Oh, oh, not again. Hello?
Moth, are you there?
Yep.
Oh,
There we
Ah, you lose again. That's the way the game happens. He grabs your gold. To be honest, their god doesn't like anybody. He'd be happy to bathe this whole planet in blood and reduce it to ashes. Why those cultists are running around worshipping him, I do not understand. But here, ante up.
oh.
I think we're good.
Think we have enough information for the time being, Tenacity?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
They're going to be
Well,
suspicious if you're still here if you're still here talking to me.
Yes. Well, we'll
yeah.
we'll be on our way.
Here,
We'll be back
I'll
again
give you
later on
I'll
to
give you
play.
one on the house.
Okay. Okay.
So-
We'll roll one more with you then. So let's just. It's a D10.
Yep.
Wow. Well,
Well, that's the way it is. The house always wins.
no kidding. But
I,
like I said,
what kind of information are you looking for?
We were just
What?
wondering a bit about the history of the cult here.
From what I
as
understand,
well as
From what I understand, it goes back as old as time, even before the gods were born. But the priests are too busy trying to tell you to join to find out much about them.
All right.
they were around before the gods were even here. So
Well-
who are they worshiping then?
That's what their evangelists tell me. Personally, I just pack up and leave every day before that bloody procession.
What time is
Oh.
it now?
Let's call it 11:20.
Okay, so it's almost time for it as it is.
Yep.
Getting close then. So that's why you're packing up.
Well, no, I was packing up because I told you it's not good business for me if people aren't gambling at the table.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. Well,
But
I'm sure.
if I may ask you another question, are you here to end the cult?
Ugh.
Not in particular. We were just curious.
My name is Gundark, and if you ever need some resources, maybe to get rid of some sleeping gods, definitely talk to me.
Duly
We will
noted.
keep you in mind
Gundar.
then.
Well met. Hopefully this.
Thank you
hopefully
for the
we'll see you
information.
again. Sure, we'll be seeing each other again soon.
Happy
Thanks
to
for the
meet,
games.
sorry to part, happy to meet again.
Yep. Thanks
All
for
right.
the games. We'll be sure to play again sometime.
He scampers off.
It's getting close. It's getting close to the procession. Is there anyone else you wanted to see beforehand?
Anything we want to ask the cobbler? The cobbler might know something.
He might. Did you guys notice that the dwarf changed the rules mid-game?
I knew something was up there.
That was supposed to make
I-
you mad.
Yeah.
No.
What?
That was supposed to
Nah.
make you... I was trying to see whether I could talk my way around it and let you not notice it, or make you mad.
Oh.
So, but your characters kind of realize, hey, what happened with, like, we were supposed to win with these suits, and, the guy shifted the game on it, but he's already disappeared.
No, I noticed that. That's why I was saying let's just get
Okay.
out of here. I
Yeah.
knew that.
I
That's
just-
why I started saying, yeah, maybe we should get out of here.
I knew something
I
was
knew
up
you-
there too.
I saw it. I just wanted to peacefully get out of there.
Nah, I wanted you to confront him.
Oh,
Well, anyways.
that'll be for a future encounter. It'll give you all the more reason to get pissed off when he does it again. I guess.
Don't know if he'll be...
Alright, yeah,
I don't know if
I
he'll
did
be...
notice that. I just like let's just get out of here.
I wasn't sure. This character was literally the last. This character evolved at 7 o'clock today, my time.
Ah,
So I guess that's like
7 p.m.
So yeah, 7 p.m. my time. So like 3, 4
Oh,
o'clock
man.
your time. Because again, I was looking for NPCs to add in, and this guy has a much richer story than most of the other ones, and I'm just like, oh, this is hilarious. And if you had kicked his butt, he would have respected you and kind of followed you around. So, but
Well,
oh,
anyways, we might see him again.
but
sounds like this looks like a pretty interesting hub, since apparently we'll be back here in the future.
probably, I've hidden a lot of
Probably.
things in this that you've encountered, and later on you're going to go, oh. So
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That makes for a good story.
yeah, Easter eggs. Everybody loves them, and you don't have to wait for the end credits.
Yeah, sound like some people. Have you seen She-Hulk yet?
I haven't.
Only enough that I want to see it develop over 2 or 3 episodes, because I was not really. Here's my problem, and it's always my problem. I don't mind seeing strong female characters, but I have this real problem with Natalie Portman at 90 pounds coming in and kicking out some,
Yeah.
there's enough. Jim Neidhart's daughter, Natalia Neidhart. This woman looks like she could kick anybody's ass. She's a good promo person. She can memorize her lines. Like, why aren't you picking some? This is somebody that walks in and she would make Valkyrie look tiny. Valkyrie I can buy into because she's got that whole attitude. It's like, yeah, I don't care. This is that I buy into. She-Hulk is like, I don't want to be a hero, but I'm going to sit here and train and be better than you the first time I try.
I know. That's I hate it when they keep doing that. It's
Yeah.
putting down the men to build up the women. Just Just make them even. What the heck?
It's
I
not
don't
even
know
the
why
put.
that's a big thing right now.
It's not even putting down the men. It's like show me a believable. If I see a romance, I want to see Natalie Portman in it. Fantastic actress,
Yeah.
no problem with her. But
Right.
for the She-Hulk, okay, the She-Hulk can kind of get away with it because they're hulking out. What's his name? Mark Ruffalo is not really buffed. At the same token, he's not skinny either. So
Yep.
you can buy that transformation, but like, imagine if the guy who played Captain America, the original Steve Rogers, before he had the surgery, stayed that way through the whole movie, and
Man.
he's standing up to Thanos with his shield and his
Yeah.
hammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Skinny
So
boy.
it's a double standard. It's one of the worst ones.
Ah, no kidding.
And like I said, there's so many just based off the wrestlers. I'm sure there's female bodybuilders. Some of them got to have talent. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bodybuilder, but he didn't need a lot of talent, and he still went a long way.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm mostly quit Marvel. I'm just interested to hear what everyone's thinking about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Because apparently a lot of my friends on Facebook really like it.
okay.
The critics are panning it, so I don't know.
Like I said,
So
my only
there's no
problem is
disparity.
Professor Hulk is there showing her how to do movements, kind of like Yoda training Luke Skywalker, and she's just
Yeah.
she's just naturally doing them better, even though she's had that body for like minutes. It's like,
Ah.
come
Yeah.
on,
Exactly.
make that an end of the movie thing to show how far she has come. It's simple plot line. She
Yeah,
starts off, she's a
exactly.
bit awkward, and she doesn't want to be a hero, but I know in the comics, I'm not sure they did this. She had to get a blood transfusion from Bruce, and that's why she got the Hulk powers. But she's more in control because she doesn't have the full gamma ray burst. So yeah, I can accept that she does develop more control. But if you wake up tomorrow and you're 40 pounds heavier and it's all muscle, when you pick up your morning coffee, you're probably going to crush the darn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you're going to be able to do pirouette steps and ballet and crap like that, but it's going to take training.
Exactly.
It's true.
Sorry.
I don't know what's going on with modern entertainment these days.
Yeah,
Well,
it's either-
look at Finn, the stormtrooper. Interesting arc.
yeah.
Defects to the rebels, and not the rebels. You know what I'm talking.
the resistance.
The resistance. And he's standing toe to toe with a stormtrooper that has that thing that can reflect a lightsaber. He goes toe to toe with Kylo Ren, and then he's forgotten for 2 movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because Rey took the saber, and then it was all about her.
I don't mind it being about her, but again, you got a 90-pound girl running around in intense saber battles. Like, put some muscle on her. Nothing against what's her Ridley.
Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley. Yeah. Nothing against her as an actress. I think she did the best she could with the material that she had, but please give me a woman that looks like she can kick butt. What's her name? Captain Phasma.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Yeah, she would have been a good choice.
What a waste, because she
it
she
was.
always looks like I'm a 6'3" guy, and if she kicked down my front door, I'd be like, you can take whatever you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
leave,
Exactly.
leave the wife and the kids alone, and I won't resist.
And then
Exactly.
she gets
She
blindsided
was
like on the
badass.
second scene.
Yeah.
Then she gets blindsided like 2 scenes in.
Yeah, and in both movies, like you brought her back just to throw out the window or whatever the hell they did to her again.
Like they burned her at the end after she fought Finn.
Yeah. Also, I think she would have been a lot better. Remember they were talking about they had a spy inside the First Order? I think she would have been a brilliant reveal in that, because she was purposely pissing Finn off so that he would leave, and she let him go. Because remember, she said, assign him to my battalion. It's like she's a puppet master the entire time and gets away from everything. Now you're going, that's a sweet reveal.
That
Yeah,
would've
it
made
would be.
That would have made her more relevant.
Yeah.
Certainly.
And that would have made Finn's easy escape a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
And then she probably could have helped him train with a lightsaber if they kept him that way.
Mhm.
But no.
But they
it's
didn't.
Rey's.
They didn't ask us. They didn't ask us.
Who cares what the fans think?
Not Disney.
Especially not lately. But yeah.
Anyway, you were going on
So
to the cobbler?
we're gonna talk to the cobbler. Hopefully, hopefully we don't see any thieves, unless they get together. That was a cute movie.
So you
So
go
the
see
cobbler's
Big,
also a dwarf.
sorry, yeah, Big Al, the dwarven cobbler, the dwarven
Yes.
cobbler.
All right.
can't-
So what do we?
He kind of looks at the two of you and says, "Well, are you looking for new footwear?"
Mostly looking more for information here. Do you know anything about the cult?
How's your wares while we're talking though? Certainly.
Oh, absolutely. Would you mind if I measured your feet while we talk?
Not at all.
So he pulls out his little tape measure and, what the hell, Tarkarian, he starts with you.
The, the cult has been here. Ooh, this does not look very good. You're going to need to get these mended.
Yeah, I kind of figured these old things were worn down. That's why I was kind of wondering if we. That's why I wanted to look through what you have while we talk.
Where does this stain come from exactly? I could buff it out.
Oh yeah, we've had a bit of an adventure coming down here. I don't know if it came from the rats or the eels in the cave, but that
He
that has been there a bit.
he bends down and sniffs your foot. No, that's the eels.
Yeah. Tenacity.
Was that the joke that you were looking for?
Are you okay?
No, it's just
What's up?
I'm just so many feet fetish jokes.
Oh
I'm,
boy.
I'm looking forward to checking your feet out, madam.
Lest you feel the
Let's
agony
just
of-
leave that out of there. We were trying to keep this PG.
Oh my goodness.
This was already hard coded into the character. So
Besides, he did
Okay,
answer my
well I'll
question.
just make it sound that and he doesn't really notice. That's just how it works.
Aw. Yeah, well, it's
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, just let's presume he is continuing his interest, and you can ask him some questions while he's not distracted.
Yes.
yep. It's like, oh shoot. I wonder
So
how
do
he
you
did
know
that.
how long has the cult been here?
madam, to be honest, I think you'd look better in some fur-soled boots that I have over there. These things are doing nothing for your arches. The cult, I think maybe 1,000.
Oh, a millennium.
Oh, at least. Look at that old tower. It's looks horrible. It's not like fresh leather.
Wonderful fresh leather. Oh, I love the smell of it, just to hold it in my hands. Even old leather, when it gets that worn in fragrance to it. Oh, I have a whole collection out back of shoes that have such stories that they can tell you.
I'm sure they could.
Speaking of stories, we've we've been told that the cult has been around since even before the gods of old. Do you know anything about who they worship or operate on?
I don't ask customers many questions as long as they pay me. And as long as they hold my attention.
I suppose that's fair enough. Looks like whoever these guys are, they seem like they really mean business, dressing up the way they do in red.
Oh, but they're black leather boots. Oh, they're magnificent. I don't know who makes them. They never commission me.
Oh,
That's interesting.
well, that's a shame. Looks like you have a pretty good set looks like you have a pretty good set of wares yourself here.
I could easily match what they want to do, but honestly, I have more fun with the clients wandering around. Look at these people, he says he shows you around the marketplace. Every single foot is different. It tells magic, mystery. Each place that you put your footprint is a mark that you will leave there forever, and your shoe keeps that mark.
And there's more to the foot than I thought.
Well, I certainly can. I certainly can think well of a man who is passionate about his craft.
Agreed. I can
Oh,
tell you take your.
I
I can
have
tell you take
such
your
passion.
Hmm. So, if we were to pick up some kicks from you, what's your price ranges for them usually?
Would you be trading in these magnificent examples?
Hmm. Well, if you'll take these old ones off our feet, then we can probably
Well,
just I don't know.
I'll take them off your feet, and he starts grabbing at them.
Well, okay. Hey, easy there. Kind of want to see. Would you mind showing us some of what you have first?
Oh,
Then we
for
can see.
For shoes like these, nothing but my finest. And he shows you some fur-lined boots where the fur is on the inside to keep your foot warm and comfortable, and the leather is on the outside and weatherproofed. He says, these are a little bit harder for me to make, but the same token, the extra craftsmanship is worth it. Here, he says, smell that rich leather.
He just shoves it in your face.
Like rich, rich
It's
indeed.
like Deadpool. It's like
Deadpool,
Deadpool
yes.
when he like puts his face against the it's rich Corinthian leather.
I was purposely dropping the Corinthian, but
I hope they make another movie. I really don't know if Disney will be comfortable making another Deadpool movie.
supposedly it's on the board. They're just not sure where to put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand their positioning there.
Might be the one Marvel movie I actually go see because Deadpool.
Yep.
But anyways,
Deadpool.
all right. So if we trade you our shoes for those shoes, would there be like a what would the price difference be there?
Well, I always manage to recycle old shoes into new ones, so 5 gold pieces each.
All right, that sounds like a
You know-
fair enough deal.
That sounds like a sale to me. So I can. So now, so I take off my shoes and I hand them to Big Al, along with 5 gold. I'll
Yeah.
He
gladly
All
take
right.
some from you.
He deftly cradles your shoes in one hand while he pulls identical matching ones off of his shelf with the rich Corinthian leather and the fur inside.
and puts them on. Says, I would love to fit them for you.
Well, you certainly seem dedicated to your crafts, so have at it.
Takes a little bit. He makes you do the walk up and down.
Yep.
Is this anything to say? Are they acceptable? Are you happy?
Oh, man, this fur on the inside, it's really making it easier for me to walk around. I probably feel like I can go for longer distances with this thing.
They are quite comfortable. He was not lying, so he is very good
Yeah.
at his craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very. Yeah,
I
you're.
suppose we could excuse his eccentricities.
Yeah, and this leather. You weren't kidding about that either. My feet feel more protected.
Ah,
Much
you
appreciated.
you bring joy to this old dwarf's heart. It's rare to find people that appreciate footwear the same way I do.
Well, yeah. Take it from us, from all the walking and journeying we've been doing. Getting better kicks like this is a huge welcome.
Hmm. Now, if you excuse me, I just must enter these into my inventory for a second.
All right.
He pops around the little curtain and back, and you hear him.
Oh, a little shuffling around back there.
No, there's a great big inhale.
Oh gosh.
Well, they're his shoes now, so I can't judge
Yeah,
him.
whatever.
I can show you the notes. I can show you. This all comes from Married with Children. And no, there's
Source material. If you have source material for this, by all means, 'cause I'm curious.
it's Al Bundy, and he's a shoe salesman. And there's this
Okay.
really attractive woman, and she's like, "You've measured my foot 5 times." He's like, "Oh, feet like this need to be taken care of."
Oh my goodness.
So,
So
hence
that's the
hence
inspiration
Big Al the dwarf.
here.
dear
Nice. Getting some good characters here.
Yeah, these guys will pretty much always be there unless you decide to kill one of them.
Well, it certainly won't be me that kills them. These guys are entertaining.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
So I do.
Believe it or
I actually really liked how that guy described, just
Yeah.
all the different shoes and their history and everything. That was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a really good. It was a really good bit of immersion there, if you ask me.
Again, this was my desperate attempt to slow you guys down because I don't want to go to the mainland. And
Sure.
yeah, this is all the crap that pulled out of my head.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, that was entertaining.
I think we'll be remembering Big Al for future visits. Just a bit of a heads up though. I'm thinking that if we, I don't know how much more we're gonna visit or if we're gonna get to the procession, but
You know what? I would like to end it here because you guys, I didn't know how engaged you guys were going to be. So a lot of these things I have notes, and some things I'm just pulling whole cloth out of the air or out of my butt if you like.
Well,
But
I
since
think we're supposed to be PG.
Exactly. The butt's PG.
Well, pulling out of your butt. That's butt plug ideas.
well,
I still can't
Well,
figure out why you're allowed to say ass in a PG program but not asshole.
it must be
It's never made sense to me. Because now
Well, maybe because ass is technically donkey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why.
But this way I can set up the procession because, like I said, I didn't know what parts you would engage with, what parts you wouldn't. And
one.
I now have to make up a candlestick maker and other people.
Yeah, one thing you'll find out about us is that we tend to really get into the small things and just roll
Oh.
with it.
I enjoy that.
It makes the immersion all the more better for me too, at least.
Hmm.
I think, at least as far as Liz and I go, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz, but we're very imaginative people, so even the smallest of things can get us going sometimes, like back in the cave.
That I did not intend that to be a near slaughter. But see, this is teaching me how to
running.
this is teaching me how to better balance encounters. So
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of becoming a running gag for our characters too. Like it seems that no matter where we go, something's out to kill us, whether it's meant to or not.
the only thing that doesn't kill you is the shrubberies.
Yeah. We decorate the shrubberies.
Yeah, we were.
Of course, there's probably going to be now mimics that are shrubberies.
Oh no,
Or better.
there's tree elementals for that.
Yeah. I was
Ents,
thinking
you
maybe
mean?
ents or tree folk. Yeah. Next thing you
Yeah.
know, we'll be seeing slime.
Are there
crystals
like
away,
shrubbery
so
versions of Ents?
It could definitely happen.
bush gremlins?
I was
Bush.
just wondering. I just see Ents as usually.
Well,
Remember when we had to run from Ents in that one game?
I was just
Michael?
about to ask that. That scared the crap out of me. And Don't Starve.
I still remember you just running past me. Like this huge ant is chasing you.
I
We
wandered off your
sucked at
screen
that
for
game so much.
I wandered off your screen for like 1 second, and then you see me running back the other way, like, and tree folk, run! That thing really did scare the crap out of me, though. It just came to life right in the middle of the forest, and it was huge as heck. So I just ran for my life.
We
Tim-
tried our best with that game. We just were not good at that. The wolves always got us.
We made it to the wolves at least, and we got some walls up.
Yeah, but then we didn't make it in
But yeah,
time.
have
Oh
you ever
well.
played Don't Starve, Moth? It's a rather nice looking game.
Yeah, it's horror and everything, and yeah.
No, I haven't, but it sounds interesting.